first time I saw the magician of Menlo Park was just right here at this table. Here, in this chair, he sat, working upon his first metal incandescent lamp. It was a lamp of low resistance, not requiring much voltage, but it is the lamp which led him on, later on, to points that were of great use and value to him while working on carbon. Here, this is the lamp in which Edisonian history begins. In this first lamp, with which Edison began his series of research work in electric light, you will notice that it has a double spiral of platinum. Through the platinum, there is another platinum wire which is held at the top and at the bottom fastened on to a lever. The whole forms a thermostatic regulator, the object of which is to prevent an overflow of current from burning out the platinum. As you will notice, it is a lamp of low resistance, requiring the current of only 3 batteries, about 6 volts. The old Bunsen cells, which were the standby in those early days. It was with this lamp that Edison conducted many experiments, changing the filaments, its form, varying it. Then again, the thermostatic regulator. Often, Cruzy was called up to change this or that. Then, after the experiments with this lamp was finished, he entered upon a new and original experiment. One day, Mr. Edison asked me to get this old mechanical air pump in order. He said he wanted to try some experiments with platinum spirals. He showed me a spiral of platinum, something like this here, and asked me to insert it in the binding posts of the pump. After I had well greased the bottom of the bell and placed it firmly on the plate of the pump, I began to pump, and pump. It was quite a tough job to get the pump down to about 2 millimeters of vacuum. But eventually, I arrived at that point. And then Edison, watching the spiral, put the current on and began to scrutinize the effect. Then all of a sudden, with an astonished face, he says, "Why, Francis, the vacuum is gone. What's the matter? You didn't put that, grease that bell well and put it good on the pump." I protested. I told Mr. Edison that I had done my job well as I had always done it in former cases. "Well," he said, "let us try it again. Let us take the bell off and re-grease it and put it on." I then took the bell off and began to grease it thoroughly, again as I did in the beginning. And after I had finished that, I pressed it tightly onto the plate to be sure that everything was correct. Well, after I had finished this, Edison remarked, "I guess it's all right now. Go ahead, Francis. Begin to pump." And I pumped and pumped again until the manometer showed 2 millimeters. Then Edison applied the current on to the filament the spiral and watched the gauge. And as that began to glow, he saw that the vacuum gradually disappeared. Hold on. And he sat in his chair then and began to think, meditate. What was the cause of losing the vacuum? Then he called Batchelor and says, bring me another spiral. And we went through again that same operation. Then he said, do you know what this is? It seems to me that all metals and other substances are crammed full of air, occluded gases. And when you get that out, you seem to have a new kind of substance. Look at this spiral that we have just finished. It seems brittle, tenacious, yet it's homogeneous. I'm going to try that now for some of those new kind of platinum lamps with high resistance wound on pipe clay and see what my results will be. That discovering of the occluded gases formed later on an article by Edison which he read before the Saratoga Academy of Science during the summer. It was something new, and it showed him the way to success later on when he attacked the carbon filament. All these phenomena which Edison had up to now noticed sat him to thinking. He pondered. He took a chair and cocking his feet up upon the table, he thought for some time. Then all of a sudden he called Batchelor. Batch, come over here. Bring me one of those spirals that only gave 4 candles the other day. Put it in the pump there, and we'll drive those occluded gases out. We did that, and the result was he was able to heat that spiral up to a point where it gave 24, 25 candles. He had made an advance which none of his predecessors that had been working in platinum had ever dreamt of. He had made that metal more heat resisting. Then, after those experiments had ceased, he ordered a new kind. He had Batchelor make some high resistance platinum lamps in which there was no air protecting device, no all glass receptacle. He then put on a special regulator, and we doctored that lamp up too. That was the first high resistance lamp he made in platinum. Edison soon saw that without a convenient vacuum pump, one in which he could get a high vacuum, all his experiments would further on would be useless. So he sent Mr. Francis R. Upton, our mathematician, to go to Princeton and asked the college there to loan Mr. Edison a Sprengel pump. This was obtained. Then Mr. Edison had some pipe clay cylinders made, upon which fine wire, 4/1000 of an inch, perhaps 30, 40 feet, were wound on that little pipe clay cylinder. They were insulated with oxide of zirconium. Edison used to call that pyro insulation. Now, that cylinder of pipe clay was taken, I think it was to Philadelphia, to a glass blower who placed it in an all-glass receptacle and had it ready for us at Menlo Park so that we could put it on the pump and evacuate it.